porch. She's out by like trees, like jumping at the ground.
Yeah.
And I ran over there. There's a baby raccoon, like infant.
Oh my
baby,
God.
on the ground, like, crying.
Oh no.
So I grabbed my dog, put her inside, got some gloves. Because I assumed my dog like chased away the mother or something.
Yeah.
And the mother like just like leave the baby or something.
Yeah.
So I was gonna put it somewhere safer for the mother to get it or whatever. So while I was doing that, I was it was like crying, and I was trying to see where like a baby raccoon was, and I noticed that there was a wound on the back right hip.
Oh no.
Yeah, and that entire lower back was covered, like coated in tiny little white insect.
Oh no. Oh gross. Yes.
It was, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, like what do you even do?
Immediate thought was like this thing must have been out here for like at least a day.
Yeah.
If not like straight up left by the mother because of this stuff. And I mean, its eyes were so closed. I was like, crap.
That's
It
horrible.
was so terrible. I just felt like,
What did you do with it?
well, I was like, oh my god, there's a saying this thing. So I put it like down by our dog, like away from our house.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't really do anything.
Oh,
And I was
that's so sad.
and then my mother came and I was like, and I told her, I was basically like breaking down. Like,
Yeah.
it's so
That's
like,
horrible.
It might not seem like it, but that was such like.
No, I'd be like
so heavy,
traumatized.
I put it away and like I can't do anything.
Ugh.
So I told my mother, she's like, all right, let's put it in a crate. Let's call someone to pick it up. I was like, okay. And so we grabbed it with like a towel and put it in like our cat crate that we don't use. And we started calling with places and like pretty much everywhere was closed. So we talked to some like some center that like told us what we can do.
Yeah.
And they told us to fill it soft with ice and microwave it.
Okay.
Because it can't maintain its body
Okay.
heat.
So I'm sure.
So we put it with that, and like a few other places, and then we were talking about a place that, and they said that they only deal with like critically injured animals to euthanize them.
Yeah.
And so we were describing them. They were like, and they were in Mount Pleasant, and they were like, yeah, you can drive out all the way out here, but we only deal with critically injured animals.
I mean, it sounds like it was pretty bad off.
And we were like, I mean, it is pretty bad, but at that point it was already late,
Yeah.
and we didn't feel like driving all the way to Mount Pleasant, so we just put it in the crate, wrapped it up in the towel, covered the towel, put it in the screen porch, and just left it. And it passed away last night.
That's so sad. Julius, that's the worst story I've ever heard. That's so bad. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. That's horrible. I would have been like beside myself. Yeah, I would break down for sure. That's so upsetting. And they're so cute. A little baby one. How sad. Hi.
Hello.
How's everyone?
Good.
Yeah, I'm like, how's everyone? All right, Julius is here. Kayla, hi, Ian. what's happening out there? Madison's here, Kinsey and Isaiah. Every other person is physically present. What's going on? Mhm. Yes, you can have a cup. Absolutely. If anyone wants hot chocolate, I can also like reheat this water and I'll get that. Hang on. No, I'll heat up some water anyway, and then you can decide if you want. Hang on, ladies. I'll be right back. I gotta add a little bit. There's also apple cider, but I can do fresh cider. I could get it more water, but I'll heat up what we have. I hate that. That water, that bottle filler. This doesn't work. All right. We won't have a long class today or tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow, I'm probably just going to meet with you guys, take attendance, and let you work on your essays. Your thesis statements, if you are going to submit one, are due today. But briefly, let's see. Plug this in just a second and share my screen. Come on, cooperate with me. Trying to find this. I wish I had figure out what part it's in. We did that. Here we go. I'm just gonna go through this with you guys. Let me plug in here. What we're gonna look at is under the thing that says due by Monday 3/1, but obviously it's not. That is in the past. Oh, heck. Really? That's what happens when I don't have it mirrored. But I'm gonna try to mirror it. There we go. All right. So it's under this due by Monday 3/1, which is not accurate, but okay, and now I want nope. I just want to look at this. All right, that'll do. Whatevs. So this is basically just a checklist for as you're planning your essay, and we'll look later in the week at some graphic organizers that they have to help you guys. But this is some excellent. These are excellent ideas for drafting. Kayla, it's been in my head all day. And like earlier I was singing it, like not the lyrics obviously, but Genesis Hayward was just like, you sing that music video. It's catchy, you know. So you're going to select your topic, which hopefully you've at least already selected your topic. That's like the very first thing you have to do. Write your research questions, and that would depend on which topic you choose. But they're questions that you would want answered by any books or articles or other reference sources you get. For example, did Wilson intend for us to feel badly for Troy? Conduct your research on the topic. And we did look at that video the other day that was like about credible sources, and it was kind of a lame video, but it showed you how to use the library. That water is heated if anybody wants hot chocolate. There's like probably enough for one or two of you to have it. And be sure to save the information that you would like to use. And then you'll form your thesis. So like, hopefully you've already done some of that stuff. And now you can work on formulating your thesis, which is due today. Then go through the play to highlight passages that are important to your argument. That's definitely a good one. I mean, it does not take long to read a play. I would at least skim back through it and see if you can find good quotes that support your argument. And make sure that you are quoting at least one direct quote per body paragraph. And then select at least one passage from each secondary source to directly quote. And obviously, we know this because we did well on the quiz that wasn't really a quiz yesterday, but those should not be plot points. They should add to your argument. So then after you get that far, you'll start drafting. You can use this outline to write your first draft. And like I said, we'll give you some more graphic organizers later in the week. This poor girl, she's trying to get water out of this thing. It's not working. It just sucks. It's just broken. Anyway. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. But on the bright side, you were definitely ahead of the game on that one. You're gonna write your intro, at least 5 sentences. Try to start with a hook and then discuss the play in general terms. And you know, when we went through everything, there are very detailed instructions on like what you should do for each paragraph, as far as like topic, sentence, quote, explain the quote, like very strict formula that you can use, which a lot of you would accomplish anyway without the graphic organizers, but it's just helpful to have so that you know what that you're hitting all the points that you need to hit. Discuss any background information needed to understand the topic, and then end with your thesis statement. Then you'll write your body, at least 3 paragraphs with at least 7. I don't really care about number of sentences per paragraph. Ignore that part. I don't care. Topic sentence that correlates with a point from the thesis and support your main idea with quotes from the play or your secondary sources. Blend in your relevant quotes and paraphrases and make sure that you're citing according to MLA guidelines. You can have more than 3 body paragraphs as long as they all point back to your thesis statement. And then you'll write your conclusion, which it says at least 5 sentences. And again, I don't really care about number of sentences in a paragraph. I do think that's probably something to sort of strive for. I know that conclusions are probably the hardest thing for everyone. And they end up being kind of fluffy. And I'd rather you have a shorter but more concise conclusion than like 5 sentences of just like nothing, just fluff. You'll want to restate the thesis in a different way. Don't want to exactly regurgitate it. Re-emphasize the important parts of the paper, connect to the bigger picture and explain the broader significance of your topic, and then bring closure to the paper. So after you do that, then you'll want to start editing a little bit. That's your rough draft. You'll have a rough draft, and then start looking back at it a little bit. Review the rubric, which is the first thing we went through, and ask questions if you don't understand something. Kind of compare it to your paper and say, am I hitting this mark? Am I ticking all these boxes? Do a spell check. Now this says do a spell check that includes reading level. It would be concerning to have lower than a 12th grade reading level, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what spell check includes a reading level, but now I feel like I want to look it up. And I would say like, just does it sound scholarly? You don't want to be like, play was good. Play mean a lot. Like, that's not our grade level. Make sure that you stay in third person. Is your introduction attention grabbing, and do you have a clear, effective thesis? Do you have credible examples and quotes to support your thesis in the body? Have you used correct MLA formatting when citing your sources? Very important. Do you have a logical pattern of organization, and do you use transitions to connect ideas? I'd say focus on that one. That's one that I feel like takes a little bit more finesse and practice to really get good at, and most of you have gotten good at it, but occasionally we'll just have like a thing that's not very well organized or like seems really disjointed. So go through and just think about like whether there's a logical progression of ideas. Does your conclusion wrap up loose ends and bring closure to your essay? Does it emphasize why it matters and connects to the bigger picture? And then correct grammar and mechanical errors. You know, get a friend to look over it, get a Miss McClellan to look over it if you don't feel confident in your grammar. And then the publishing part. And this is, most of this is like stuff that we know and also is like preset on Google Docs and Pages. 11 or 12 point font, double space throughout, indent your paragraphs. Nothing should be bolded. Nothing, you're probably not going to use, I don't know. MLA heading, and give your essay an appropriate title, not just like Fences research essay. A header with your last name and the page number at the top of each page, parenthetical citations, works cited page with at least 3 sources, meaning the play and 2 others, and 1,000 words. So the thing that I like about this is that it's really given you a lot of, oh, hey, Dom, you know this game? We're playing it last period, and I pulled one and asked David, who can you always trust? And he said, Dominic? Who can you always trust? Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's nice that you've pulled the wool over everyone's eyes then. It's nice that they have so many resources to help you organize and plan and everything. So, you know, I would definitely pay attention to those. So this is a good little resource for brainstorming, drafting, editing, publishing. Just a little extra information that I feel like sharing. I found out, we were like arguing in some class about whether a serif font or a sans serif font was better. And someone who does graphic design got in touch with me because I like did a poll on my Instagram about it. And someone who does graphic design got in touch with me and said that serif fonts are better for print mediums because the serif parts guide your eyes to the next letter and the next word, so you actually read faster. But on a digital format, like if you're looking at a screen, your brain perceives those extra pixels as like extra mechanical weight, so it actually slows down your reading digitally. So you should go with a sans serif font on the computer. Crazy. So I mean, I'm reading all of these digitally, I assume, so I'd say sans serif. Anyways, I think that's it. I'm going to give you guys the rest of the time to work on your essays and hopefully turn in a thesis statement so you can get some feedback on it. Looking ahead at our schedule, I'll give you guys some time to work on the outline next week because that's due Monday. Next week, we'll watch, it says Fences or Hamilton. We're going to watch Fences. Guys, I watched Hamilton for the first time.
Oh, you did fine.
I know, it was fine. And I kind of like, it's one of those things where like I'm an awful hipster about it, and I'm like, oh, it's so popular, I don't want to watch it. And I do wish I had been able to wait even longer, but I thought like if I'm going to teach some lyrics, I should know what they're about and everything. So I thought it was fine. I was glad I had Miss Cathan there, like telling me what was going on, because a lot of it I was like, I don't know, not much of a history person, so I didn't really get what was going on the whole time. But I thought the writing was very good. Like I kept sitting there being like, "Ooh, that was a good rhyme. Ooh, I like the way he said that." And in fact, I don't know if you guys will even remember what this is, but on one line I was like, "Ooh, chiasmus, that's a rhetorical device." And Miss Cathan and Miss Stevens were like, "WTF? What are you talking about?" And I thought King George was very funny, and I liked his songs a lot. And he spat a lot, which was gross. But it was fine, you know. Yeah, I'm glad that I've seen it now. Jonathan Groff is just great. He's great, and I like him in Mindhunter, and in pretty much everything I've seen him in. Back in the day when he was on Glee, yeah. If you can get some water, I mean, that thing has been so goofy. That's right. I always forget that he's the voice of Kristoff. He's very good. All right, so we still have like half an hour, but I'm just gonna let you guys work on your outline, your thesis. If you're that far ahead, even drafting. And we're gonna see each other tomorrow. Okay. Bye.
Bye.